Hello, everyone. Welcome in for a special edition of Drone Talks here. We started that kind of handle there a little while ago. So this is going to be a Drone Talks about the recently released DJI Pocket 2 Sunset White Edition, which came out on the 7th of July. And this video is partially, inspired by our good friend Barry Markowitz, who sent us an email, a couple of days ahead of time of it coming out, wanting to know if it, upgraded, the Pocket 2 in any way as far as hardware or firmware. And also Billy Kyle tweeted this thing out a couple of days before it came out too. So joining me today is my dear co-host, Marcus Crawford. Marcus, how you doing today?
Doing good, Ron. Doing good. When it's hot weather as usual here in Idaho, how it's been this summer. But yeah, I did get out for a short flight this morning, and I guess a lot of people might wonder, why are we making a video about a camera? What Ron and I both understand is how important either an action camera is or a camera like the Pocket 3 is to our overall workflow, even when we're talking about drones. When you're making a video, you have to talk to the camera at some point and record audio, etc. And that's why we're talking about it on a drone channel.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, I'm gonna say if you watch most drone videos and they have B-roll in them, it's a good chance that B-roll is being shot by like a GoPro or a Osmo Action or a Pocket or whatever. It's probably more often than not, that's still in the B-roll in the drone videos. And another thing too is they call us DJI fanboys. A lot of us have many DJI drones. And the same people are DJI fanboys tend to have the other DJI items like DJI items like the Osmo Action and the Pocket series too. So once you get in that DJI ecosystem, you see them buy it all.
Yeah, and the other thing that I'll add is if you're interested in camera drones like Ron and I are, by definition, you're also interested in cameras too. So that's what makes the connection, why we're talking about this on Drone Nation.
And many of the features in the Pocket, Pocket 1 or Pocket 2, like the camera kind of looks like the camera off like, one of the smaller DJI drones, and a lot of software inside looks like software from DJI drones too. So it is kind of even though they're different devices, there's a lot of similarities between them in the look of the cameras and the software. But okay, so in case none of you have know what we're talking about, I mean, I think everybody knows what the Pocket is, and there's a Pocket 1 and Pocket 2 now, whatever. But maybe people don't know about this new ones. I'm going to just roll the video here, and then we'll come back and we'll kind of break down the details. Take a deep dive into this. And I just do want to put a forward here that Marcus and I we're both kind of GoPro guys and not Pocket guys, but Marcus has owned the Pocket in the past, Pocket 1, and I've owned the Pocket knockoff, Femi, whatever. So we have a little bit of experience in this type of small handheld 3-axis gimbal camera. But we're not saying GoPro's any better or whatever. We just happen to be more GoPro people. But let's roll that video, Marcus. What do you think?
You got it. Okay,
just let me figure out how to do it. This is like a live show. This is always an adventure here, but we will get it rolling here.
Yeah, we don't have a producer Paul on this show, do we?
Like the producer's got the night off here. Oops, and I already got the wrong one here.
Yeah, no problem.
So we will get rid of that. I got too many windows up because I plan to use some of these windows in the show, but let's see. Let's go back. Stop screen, share screen. Sorry, folks. I think it's this last window. You know what the funny is? The windows up on my bar don't correlate to when I pull it up the share. You know what I mean? They're not in the same order. So that's always kind of distracting. But I think I got it this time. So
there it is.
Let's throw this up in full screen and let's roll it.
It's an attractive device. Magic at hand.
So, Marcus, what did you think?
Well, I mean, there's no doubt it's attractive, and so Ron and I have done a deep dive into the different combos that DJI offers, and we've come to the conclusion that pretty much this thing is about that color, and if that is the primary draw to the Pocket 2 in white is that color. You just want to be stylistically a little different, and I understand how some creators that may very well be important to them. In fact, Ron, I just was thinking this through. I use my Canon M50 quite a bit. Canon offers it in white as well now too, so that seems to be a trend with some of the manufacturers.
Yeah, like some of the Apple products used to be white. Hey, but before we jump too fast into the combos, which is going to be the gist of the conversation, because you really have to be aware of this. But what's kind of nailed down? We've studied the specs. There's no difference in the hardware as far as we can see. There's no performance increases. White, it doesn't. It doesn't have any extra software features. Now, you could order this right now, but I haven't seen anybody review it yet, so I don't know why the big name reviewers haven't got it in their hands and have reviewed it yet. But as far as we can tell from the specs, you gain nothing performance wise.
Yeah, and that's
for the black one.
Yeah, and I think our friend Barry Markowitz confirmed that with DJI, is that there really is no difference performance-wise between the two. And the other thing that I think is interesting that I noticed is that they'll only allow you to buy one. So it is probably a limited edition. They're not...
Or maybe that could be part of that whole chip shortage thing again.
I mean, potentially, I suppose, Ron, it could be. But, yeah, anyway, if you look on DJI's website, they limit each purchaser to just one.
And also, real quick before we get into this, Young 360 did a nice video breakdown. She's also in communication with Barry Markowitz, but she did a nice video. I'll try to link it in if I get a chance. She's a big channel. You won't be in trouble finding her. Find her channel out there. She's out of China, so
I think she's in South Korea. I thought, but I could be wrong.
Let me rephrase. She's in Asia.
Yeah. Because I think she was in Hong Kong for a while. Anyway, I can't.
Yeah, she's an Asian.
Not important.
She's kind of closer to the source of things.
Yeah,
than we are. I mean, I think it helps to be over there as far as getting things first, information first.
Oh, no question about it. Yeah. I totally agree.
So let's get into this. Okay, right now, if you were to buy a Pocket 2 Black standard, it would cost you $349, and if you bought what they call the Creator Kit, which we'll talk about in a second, where you get everything, that's $499. Now the Pocket 2 Sunset White Edition, you cannot buy it as a standalone camera. There's only one option to buy it for $439, and they call that the
exclusive combo is what they call it.
The exclusive combo. Yeah, thank you, Marcus. So that's your pricing options here. And now you're going to say, well, what's the difference between the exclusive combo for $439 and the creator combo for $499? Now, of course, you cannot get this creator's combo in the sunset white. You can only get that in the black. Marcus, can you explain a little bit to us about these different combos?
Yeah, it might be helpful to start with just the base black one that comes with kind of the case and the little gosh, I'm looking for the name of it here. The mini control stick.
I'm trying to get up on the screen.
Yeah, I'm getting it right now. It comes with the mini control kit, tripod mount, wrist strap, the usual stuff, power cable, etc. Now, so the one, if you buy the Sunset White, you get all of that. In addition, you get the do-it-all, what they call the do-it-all handle, which the do-it-all handle, let me make sure I get this right, Ron, and describe what the do-it-all handle does. It expands the gimbal with built-in Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, a wireless mic receiver, that's important, a speaker, and a 1/4-20 tripod thread. So there's a lot that do-it-all handle does in addition to that, and that sells for $100. But we're getting ahead of ourselves here. So I guess the difference between the biggest difference between just the regular classic black standard version and this one is you get the do-it-all handle, and you get this strap, and they call that strap the DJI Pocket 2 sling strap. So I guess you can sling that around your neck like a woman would a purse or something like that.
Young 360 made that analogy. Yeah, that you could kind of wear it like a purse.
Yeah,
with a short strap on it. So
yeah, and which would be handy if you think about it. That would keep the thing handy right there at your side all the time, and you just would pull it out of the case and be ready to go. Right. Now, in that sense, if you bought that do-it-all handle, that's $99, and added it to the $349, that's another $100. So you'd be.
What's people are going to say? What's the do-it-all handle? It allows one thing it does. It allows you to connect to your phone wirelessly.
Yeah, and I talked about that. When we went over that, it does. Yeah, because of the Wi-Fi.
Right. I had to stop looking at the screens because I got two. I'm not going to be able to show you more screens because I can't keep up with the conversation and go through all.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah. I hear you, Ron. I'm probably confusing you, aren't I?
No, I confused myself because you're speaking and I can't keep up with the conversation because I was trying to fiddle through the screens. I didn't find what I wanted, and I kept putting the wrong screen up. So
no worries.
To make this show long and too long and have me not be part of the conversation, I'm going to stop messing with that sharing screens for the rest of the show. You can just go to DJI.com, pull up the Pocket. You can see all the screens we're talking about, easily.
But okay, Ron. So I've gone over the differences between the Pocket Wide and the standard. Maybe you can talk about what you get with the Creator Combo, which, Ron, I think you and I have kind of agreed is probably the sweet spot and the best value of the bunch.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this a little bit off the air yesterday. I mean, the number one reason that Marcus and I would consider getting the Pocket 2 is they have a wireless mic system similar to the Rode system that everybody talks about that Marcus says goes for about $300. And this one, again, we haven't tested this, but a lot of creators, like our friend Sean Matthews over in Spain, he has it. That wireless mic seems to work as good as a Rode does as far as sound quality and everything like that. And it just easily attaches and works without any setup. And that's a $99 add-on. But, of course, you need the do-it-all handle, too. So, actually, it's a $200 handle if you just have the base camera or whatever. And for people like Marcus and I, buying the white one and not getting the microphone with it, you can add it on as extra, but it's another $100. Sort of like just doesn't work for it doesn't fit what we really want this device for.
Yeah, and in addition with that Creator Combo, so you're saving $50 right there. In other words, if you just bought the base kit and you bought then the do-it-all handle and the wireless mic, you'd be adding $200. That would take you to $550. Well, the Creator Combo is $499. So instantly you're saving $50 there, but you get some additional stuff too, don't you, Ron?
Yeah, you get the little tripod, which you do not get the tripod with the exclusive combo. And you also get the a cable. What cable? That wire cabling do?
Yeah, it's a splitter. So it's a Type A to dual Type C, so you could charge a couple things at the same time.
Right.
But I think also the other thing that's cool is you get a wide angle lens too that snaps onto the front. So
right, and usually those little wide angle snap on things, usually they're like $100 too.
Yeah, and I don't know what.
I don't know if you can buy that separately, but when you try to buy third party ones, I think the Pocket One, a third party one from a name you probably know, I think it was like $100.
Yeah, and let's just say, even if it was $50, that's still you're getting a pretty good bang for your buck here. And don't those little tripods are handy as heck. There's nothing more frustrating than you've got a camera and you can't set it down and point it at something because it's going to fall over. You get the little tripod that comes with this kit is a handy little thing to have.
And especially for people want to vlog and stuff. If you're outside a cafe or table and you want to shoot yourself, you have to hold your arm out. Where if you have that little tripod, you just sit it down. And you have both hands free to
set it on the table. That's right.
Yeah. And now does again, Marcus and I have to apologize. We're not Pocket 2 owners. Does the Pocket 2 have a quarter-inch screw in the bottom? Could you just use any tripod?
No. Well, I think you've got to have that do-it-all handle to get the quarter.
That has the quarter-inch.
But also, I believe. Let me double check, Ron. I think if you buy the standard Pocket 2, it comes with a little device, a tripod mount. So it does. The do-it-all handle has, and then also if you just get the standard device, it comes with a tripod mount that's got a quarter 20 on it as well.
Okay, so you can use another tripod. Okay,
you could, yeah,
you could. It just won't, fit all in and look right. And of course, if you're buying the exclusive combo for that white, you're going for a look anyways. I mean, I'm kind of away with that new lanyard thing and whatever. It kind of seems like they're aiming this, and this is me saying this isn't DJI or anybody else or Marcus' opinion. It seems like they're aiming this at the female market a little bit, and of course they would want everything to look right, so they don't want to have this sunset white thing with some kind of black
strap.
Black legs or whatever. Tripod legs
that's true. Good point.
That don't look like it belongs to the thing.
Yeah, that's a good point, Ron. So really what it comes down to, the sunset white is really for aesthetics, mainly aesthetics only. That's Ron and I's judgment.
Our total opinion or whatever. That for me, the sunset whites, you're really overpaying for what you get compared to what you get in that Black Creators kit. So if you're the type of person who's willing to overpay for looks, for something that looks good, which a lot of people do, and I've done the same thing too. I've overpaid for something that I thought looked good, but I think for hardcore content creators like Marcus and I, it's only one choice here.
I totally agree, and that's that creator combo. Yeah.
Just because of that, again, that wireless mic thing really kind of it sells the Pocket. That's the one thing it's got over the GoPros or anything like that.
Yeah.
The GoPro, Marcus could tell you, to get that type of wireless capability, the money you have to spend on top of your $400 for the Hero 9, and then going out and setting it up each time you're in the field. You explain that a little bit. You do more than that than I do.
Yeah. So I use a GoPro Hero 9 for my B-roll, and it's fantastic. I love that little camera. And I also use an Osmo Action. I have both. I have an Osmo Action and a GoPro Hero 9. I like them both, quite frankly. I use the Hero 9 just because I'm kind of getting more used to it, and I like it. But get that wireless mic capability. It's important. So Ron and I both. Ron's out at the beach. I'm out at the canyon someplace. There's always wind. So trying to get good audio is always a challenge. And you can have a microphone like the Media Mod on the Hero. It's got a foam wind reducer on there, or there's what's the name of the little cover you put on yours, Ron?
The wind slayer, just like a cheap thing. And just to get back to Media Mod, it does a really good job. Not as good as but it does a really good job.
But the thing is, you have to be talking right to the microphone, and what a wireless mic does is it allows you to walk around and still get good audio, and your audio. Let me say it this way, Ron. It's more consistent.
Right.
So that's why I do it. So that's kind of a long way around to the fact that I set up the GoPro, then I have to hook my Hollyland wireless microphone system to it. So I have to hook a receiver to my GoPro.
You physically have to hook it in.
Yeah, hook in the wires, all of that, and then I put the wireless mic on my lapel, works
And
great.
you have to click. Yeah, then do you have to go in and click a setting in the GoPro, or does it automatically know
Now, when you plug, as soon as you plug it into the media mod, it knows.
it
And
knows that you don't
yeah,
have to click a setting at that point?
yeah, but there of course there are adjustments on the mic itself and so forth. And let's face it, you got to keep the mic charged and on and on. A lot of things
Moving
there.
parts, yeah.
But what I guess the point is that this system with the Pocket 2 could save you time in your workflow, because if you've got that wireless already built into the camera, if it were me, I would just leave that do it all handle plugged in all the time. I would probably just never unplug it, and then all you're doing is hooking the lapel mic up, and you're ready to go. You've got a 1/4-20 slot on the bottom. You've got it on your tripod, and boom. Plus, you could do face tracking with it and so forth. Which there's pluses and minuses to that, but that's a whole other subject.
Yeah.
But I can see how that would save some time in your workflow. But also, what occurred to Ron and I, and Ron, I'll let you talk about that. Hey, what's coming up from GoPro and DJI and the Osmo Action?
Yeah, Marcus brought this up, and let me throw a real quick thing in here. And the only downside, for this vlogging thing in the field with the wireless mic and the Pocket 2, that's a great setup. But also with this wind and stuff in the field, you can also get a strong wind that comes along and maybe knocks your tripod over. So with the Pocket 2, tripod gets knocked off or hits the ground. Your pocket, you may have damage, you may be destroyed or whatever. Your GoPro gets knocked over, whatever. You dust it off, clean it up or whatever, and you keep going. So
that's a great point, Ron.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So I mean, there are, as much as we made the Pocket 2 sound, like the ultimate, outdoor vlogging gear there, it also is that other thing too. And what if it started pouring rain down and you didn't get your Pocket 2 put away quick enough?
That's right. You wouldn't care if it was your Osmo Action or your Hero 9. You wouldn't care.
You just wipe it off and put it away.
Yeah.
But what Marcus is bringing up is, we're a lot of people, not just Marcus, are really fascinated by this wireless mic, thing that comes from the manufacturer, rather than going out like the Rode, or they Rode has many competitors, like he said, Hollyland, that make these third-party wireless mic systems or whatever, which some of them work very well. Like almost every other content creator's got the Rode wireless mic and they love it, but it still can't, beat something from the company or whatever, especially if it's done right. Like apparently the DJI is done with the Pocket 2 series, but other people have to be looking at DJI themselves. We keep waiting for the they don't call it the Osmo anymore, but the Action 2 to come out. Well, DJI put that same wireless mic system out with it, and also GoPro has. GoPro has to be looking at this too, thinking, well, will DJI put this wireless technology into their next action camera? And if they do, do we have to have a competitor to that or whatever? So, like we were saying, this may not be the last time you see a wireless mic from a camera maker.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, would that get me to buy an Osmo Action? I mean, it would almost instantly. And the same thing if GoPro puts that on their next Hero. And I just thought of another example of why that'd be handy, Ron. I told you about the video I did the other day where I took the chairlift up to the top of the mountain. And I took the drone with me, of course, but I was vlogging. I had the Hero 9 in my hand, and I wanted to get good audio, and I knew that there were going to be windy conditions. So I had the wireless microphone system hooked up on my person, and then I had that Hollyland receiver on top of the GoPro. Well, I was always having to be hyper aware and be careful about not losing that attachment on the top of my GoPro. Would it fall off? Would something happen to it?
Yeah.
As opposed to if it was built into the camera itself, it wouldn't be even anything you had to think about.
Right. You only have one moving part. That thing, the thing you clip on
the transmitting mic that you clip on. Right.
That's the only thing you have to watch out for.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
very good point.
Yeah, just things to think about. But of course, the subject of this is this Pocket 2, the Sunset White Pocket 2. interesting thing. I think it's very attractive. It's just aesthetically very pleasing. And I guess that's the point of it. And let me add one more thing, Ron. It also got us talking about the Pocket 2 again, didn't it?
Yeah, got the Pocket 2 back in the news. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, basically what we're saying, we're not telling you to get one or the other, whatever, but before you buy this new, sunset white one, you definitely look at the packages or whatever, and definitely know what you're getting, and more importantly, know what you're not getting.
Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree.
So, well, folks, Marcus, I just saw this. We did intend this to be a live show, but I forgot to click the private thing. So there are some people watching or whatever, and that's fine. But we want to do some shows where we don't necessarily want to go live and compete with other people's live shows, because we have our night and whatever, and that's the only time we really want to go live. But the best way for us to record a recorded show is to use StreamYards, because it doesn't seem to work well with Hangouts anymore. It doesn't seem to work with Facebook, messaging. It doesn't seem to work well with Skype. The only way to do a good recording of a 2-person live show is to seem to be the use of StreamYards. So going forward, when you see something from StreamYards from us, it probably is not going to be live. It's going to be a recorded show, except for our Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That will always be a live show. But when you see us pop up, we're still going to be using StreamYards, but we're not necessarily doing it for a live audience or whatever. It's a recorded broadcast, and we won't be like talking to the audience saying, "Hey, hello, Ray Kelly, how you doing?" Because we're not trying to turn everything we do into a 2-hour broadcast. So, just to give you a better understanding of what we're doing. Marcus, do you have anything to say from what
I just clicked onto the live stream myself, Ron, and 10 people in the room, and hey, thank you everybody, and we appreciate the thumbs up as well. But we intended to publish this one later, but that's cool. It's great. Thank you everybody for stopping in.
Yeah,
and I hope you got. I hope this was interesting because just investigating that Pocket 2, Ron and I were very interested in what that's all about. So.
It's like I want to jump over the Best Buy right now and click the buy button, that creator combo.
The creator combo, but anyway, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is I got too many cameras as it is. So
yeah, that's it.
Like one more camera, I got to figure out, well, when do I use this instead of my GoPro or my iPhone 12 Pro or my Insta360? If you have 5 cameras, you never get to use one well enough to learn how to
use it correctly.
Yeah, to use it to its full advantage. And I kind of did make a conscious decision. I could have bought this Pocket 2 instead of the Insta360, but the Pocket 2 kind of did some of the same things the GoPro did, some of the same things that my iPhone did, or at least the Insta360 did something different.
There you go.
So
totally with you.
Okay, well, not to turn this into another 2-hour live Drone Nation, we will say our goodbyes. If you have any questions about the Pocket 2, put them down below or go over to the Drone Nation Facebook group and ask the question there. As I said, we haven't had hands-on with the products. We're just kind of answering questions based on what we've learned from Breeding Online. But yeah, don't forget the Drone Nation Facebook group. Great place to get questions answered. And the Drone Nation live show on YouTube Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're getting a few more subs, so please keep coming there. Make sure you sub, because lots of times YouTube unsubs you from channels. Like lots of times, if I haven't got to just reply to somebody's channel, well, it starts unsubbing me. So just if you think you're subbed, just make sure you are subbed or whatever.
Perfect.
So. All right, we're going to, this is a Friday, so I want everybody to have a good weekend. Marcus and I are checking our emails every day to see if that little Hubsan Zeno Mini Pro is on the way, and Marcus got a little something in for review today. He's got the M1 there.
Little surprise, Ron.
and it shipped a little bit faster than the Zeno Minis, huh?
Yeah, I ordered it yesterday afternoon, and it was at my doorstep this morning.
Could you imagine if Hubsan could get that type of thing?
Yeah.
And it's a chip shortage, Marcus. How comes Apple can still send stuff down?
How could that be? That fancy Apple silicon.
Just put that. Just tell Hubson to send you their drone, and you'll put the M1 in it for him.
There you go. There you go.
That thing be flying all over the place.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got the moon with the M1 chip. Okay, we're rattling on here, so have a good weekend, and we'll see you Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Bye, everybody.